कहाँ जा रही हो?
ऋषभ का घर बसाने।
क्या?
Love thy neighbor.
वो क्या रहा है इस घर में यार? You know what? सब कुछ ज्यादा ही radical हो रहे हैं इस फैमिली में।
Hi everyone, welcome to Hindustan Times. This is Sneha Biswas and today we have Mini Mathur with us. So first of all, welcome to Hindustan Times, Mini.
Thank you so much, Sneha. I'm so happy to join you guys.
It's definitely going to be a pleasure talking to you because we are going to talk about Mind the Malhotras. I have been seeing Twitter and Instagram people, they of course love the first show and they always wanted a second season and now it's going to be here. When can we see the trailer?
Very, very soon. The show's ready and soon, very, very soon, you'll be seeing the second part of it also. It's been incredible. And you're right, on Twitter and on social media, I was quite overwhelmed because the show sort of found a little cult following of its own. Even, because I thought it was a little clutter breaking when we did it, the subject of it, which was about a family and a dysfunctional family. Dysfunctional and yet very normal, like all of our families. So it found a soul and a resonating sort of a factor with all the viewers. And yes, I've been inundated with when is the second season coming, and I'm so happy to tell everyone that it's nearly here.
Absolutely. And how excited are you to return as Shefali Malhotra? Let's hear it from you.
Playing Shefali Malhotra has been such a breeze for me. And, I don't know how many of you know, but I've literally stayed away from acting roles for as long as I've, been on television. And, I was offered quite a few, but I was like, no, it has to be the character that I play finally has to come from me and my experiences and my experiences as a person. And when I did Shefali for season 1, I just thought that it was me on steroids, me to the power of 10.
So tell me, Mini, that you just mentioned that previously you have rejected some roles that were offered to you. Tell me something about it. Why did you specifically pick Mind the Malhotras over other things?
So I'll tell you what. I've been working in television now I started way before I was an DJ and as a TV host, and I really, really love that job. And for me too, I was not looking at, being a TV host as a stepping stone to eventually find my way in films or be an actor, because that was not my burning ambition. My passion is to be a TV presenter of value, and a season 1 is that, and I still maintain that.
Yeah.
But when I joined the industry, because I was from Delhi, or maybe Hindi bahut saaf thi, to all kinds of serials, and that was the advent of the Bahu and the Saas genre of, not that this is not Bahu and Saas, but this is Bahu and Saas in a normalized sort of urban way. But I didn't want to be part of storylines that put me in a box that either said, oh, you will be the bubbly, cheerful, this, or you will be, hero ki behan, or you will be, it didn't appeal to me. I was like, why would I do this? And funnily enough, I said no to so many series. I said, either you let me play, a dark role of a cop or a witch or somebody which is against my grain, which challenges me. You're not challenging me and you're not letting me play me the right way. Shefali Malhotra was literally, when it came and Sahil came, and it's very funny how Shefali Malhotra's role came to me. Let me tell you, I was actually at a lunch and I met Sahil for the first time. He was also there and he kept looking at me like that, and I was like, oh my god, is he a creepy uncle or is there something? And by the end of the lunch, he said, you know what, I'm going to come and talk to you about something. And the very next day we met and he narrated, he said, I'm in the middle of casting this and you just seem to be perfect for this role. And I just read it and I saw the Israeli show that it's based on, La Familia, and I was like, this is me. This calls out to me, plus the fact that it was with Cyrus and it was with Sahil, and they're all now dear friends. And for me, the working environment is also very, very, very important. So applause,
absolutely,
applause being there, and Sahil and Cyrus being there, I knew that it was a safe space for me to let out my creativity. And actually that is what's helped me take Shefali to a slightly more bolder level than she was written on paper.
Tell me how would you describe Cyrus as a co-star now that you have worked with him for 2 seasons?
I have actually known Cyrus for now 20 years because we actually met when he was really young, and we actually joined MTV together in 1998. So I've seen him for a large part of his life and mine. And we have worked together for 4 years at MTV as well. And then because of the chemistry or whatever else, we've just constantly been fitted together to host events or to host shows and everything. But we've never had the opportunity to act together before Mind the Malhotras. So I do know that they had options for who will play Rish. But I just knew when I tested with Cyrus that this was it. Because I think what happens is, because we are such old friends and we kind of understand each other's wit and humor, it comes across and it benefits the role of Rish and Shefali, who are a couple who've been married for about 18, 19 years. And that faded comfort of being friends and yet being irritated with each other and yet being able to predict the other one's moves, it comes very naturally. So it actually made our task much easier. We didn't have to pretend that we are long lost, husband and wife. We literally have that, a relationship. So it helped, and I think it makes the show like comfy socks, and of course working with him is a pleasure because it's like 1 month of complete laughter, it's like laughter therapy.
So like how we see Cyrus, in the show, is he exactly like that on the set? Like he's always laughing and joking, or he's more of a serious person,
No. Cyrus has his, he is one of the most intensely funny people I know, but not somebody whose humor is displayed at all times 24/7 for camera, right? It is actually, he has his dips, and that's what makes him funnier, when he has his dips, and then he has this really cynical world view, which says everything is, apocalyptic and we are all going to, be in such a bad place. And when he gets into those dark moods is when I find him the funniest, when he has a really depressing view of life. But he has his ups and downs like we all do. And but he's funny across those moods. You know what I mean? He's funny when he's stressed, he's funny when he's angry, he's funny when he's pissed off, and he's funny when he's funny.
So now, Minnie, I'm going to read your Instagram bio. Okay,
oh my
so
dear God. Okay, I should have changed it. I haven't changed it for years. I think it still remains the same.
Yeah, so your Instagram bio reads TV host, actor, mom, travel, beauty, and home design junkie. So tell me, which one do you enjoy the most, I would say?
The problem with me is that I have never been able to decide which one of these people I am, so I'm each one of these people, and I love each one of these roles I play. So therefore my bio is not like those cool one-liner types where everyone's like, oh, live in the life, or like into beauty. I am into everything. And that is the problem when somebody asks me, so what do you do? I'm like, I don't know, because I do so many things and I love doing so many things. And I was told when I was growing up that, you can't be jack of all trades, you have to be master of one. I'm like, okay, I know what I want to master, but I also like, being a mom, or I also like being an actor. I like being a home design junkie. I also like travel. I also am obsessed with skincare. So I'm also I'm producing 2 other shows. So I'm saying what makes me is a bit of each and everything that you see. I cannot identify myself, and I would hate to be put in a box where it was so easy to identify me that my bio would be one line there.
Perfectly said. You just nailed it.
Thank you.
And so tell me that how is the situation at your home? Is it same as, we see you struggling in the show with your kids? And of course, Kabir sir.
Of course, of course, I wish Kabir was as funny as Cyrus, but he's a slightly more altogether person than Rish is. I won't say Cyrus, but let's talk about Rishabh, the character. Rishabh is a very, he's lost. He's a man-child, right? He's somebody who wants to keep the peace, but yet he has ambitions and he wants to do things the right way, but he's incapable of. And his wife, Shefali, is somebody who has it together, who understands and is very particular about what is right, what is wrong, but at the same time wants to do things in the most weird, apolitical, politically incorrect ways. So I think to that extent, no, I think Kabir is pretty much all together there, and so am I. So the kids are doing okay, but yes, the same problems that you see with Dia and Gia and Johan is what I have literally faced in my life, but my reaction to them is slightly different as Minnie and slightly different as Shefali. But the problems remain the same, which is what is so nice about this season also, that everyone watching will identify and see a part of themselves in the storyline, because you definitely have two of these people in your own family, you know.
So what was your family's reaction when they watched this show? They did they feel like, okay, this is a deja vu or something like that?
They were just very curious, because they were like, you said yes to something and you committed to doing a season for 30 days of shoot. That's a first. And of course they know Cyrus as well. He's, his family.
Yeah.
So I remember when season 1 was released, we had a big screening, like a theatrical screening of everyone coming in and seeing all 10 episodes back to back, which is also the plan this season. They loved it. It's on loop. My kids, and it's a very popular show with kids, by the way. My daughter sees Mind the Malhotras like once a month at least. I'm so sorry to say this. And I'm walking out saying, oh no, not again. And she's just put it on loop. So they enjoy it. They enjoy me being the weirder me, So they're like, you're exactly like this, Mom. Only, she seems to be happy and you're just angry. I'm like, okay.
Then it must be good, I mean, of course your kids are watching it, so
yeah, and my family is very critical, because I am super critical, right, of people in their work and your films and your work and your marks. So I'm a sitting duck for criticism. So for them to actually like it, I think they're being very nice also, but they really loved it.
Yeah.
They loved it.
I understand. So talking of criticism now, Minnie, I'm going to ask you a question slightly tad bit controversial. I mean, it's not controversy per se, but right now we have this ongoing, cancel culture in Bollywood, where you will see that a boycott is trending on Twitter. All of a sudden, people are pulling out an old tweet and saying, okay, now don't watch this film because of this thing. So what would you like to comment on that? So this is for the theatrical releases. We have seen Lal Singh Chadda facing the same issue, and now like Akshay Kumar's Raksha Bandhan.
So my personal opinion on this is, I was very active on Twitter, but almost a year ago, I just stopped tweeting, because I realized that Twitter is nothing but an echo chamber. It's an echo chamber which started out with real people having real opinions, but what you see now is not reflective of what people think. It's just 20 people sitting in an office, clacking away at their keys, trying to generate hashtags for whatever motive. Okay. I don't trust that. I don't believe that. I don't believe any of the surveys and the polls and the hashtags and this cancel culture. I just wish people would be more tolerant. But again, like I said, what I said first completely takes away all of this. I don't believe Twitter is the real world. Twitter is a very small cesspool of manipulation.
Yeah.
Now, we can give various motives to manipulation. Who wants to do what for whatever? If that's none of my business. But I do know now that I don't believe a thing I read on Twitter. So I don't contribute to it. I don't put my energy on it. I get tagged with a whole lot of things going on. If you talk about animal welfare, there will be enough people to attack it, saying, oh, but you are eating an egg. And if you say conserve the environment, somebody will have something to say about it. You make a good film, somebody will attack that. You make a bad film, somebody will attack that. It's their job. They get money for it. So you can't possibly be treating Twitter seriously. I think it's high time for journalists to not rely on tweets and social media as fodder for their articles, and for that, because what you see is not what is real.
So I would like to ask my last question, Minnie. That
Wait,
is
okay.
Yeah, it was
Time
really
flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, of course. So since you love traveling so much, I mean, I just opened your Instagram. I can see you here and there and everywhere. So I guess last time you were in Maldives, where you celebrated Katrina's birthday. Would you like to say something about that? Because I saw the pictures. You guys went crazy. You tried everything from scuba diving to ziplining. So tell me how it was.
It was amazing. It's always fun when you're with friends. And as far as travel goes, I think I work so I can travel. That is my ultimate goal. Okay. Everyone wants to buy homes and fancy cars and fancy bags and jewelry. I want none of that. I just want to see every corner of the world and experience it before I go, because I'm not taking any of this when I go away. I'm going to take my experiences in my heart. So good food and travel is the only thing that I know I'm going to think of. As far as the Maldives trip is concerned, I mean, Maldives is one of my favorite. Of course, it's got a bad word right now because everybody thinks that anyone going to Maldives, that's too bad, because I've been going there before it became like a thing. So yeah, this trip was also fun. We were celebrating her birthday, and a whole lot of us who know each other very well. It was an active holiday where, you know, we did everything and a lot that you didn't see on social media as well, but came back with a lot of warmth. And I think everyone enjoyed vicariously what we did. And yeah.
Would you like to share one memory, like a small something?
I mean, a lot of us went snorkeling for the first time. I mean, Kabir and I are divers, and so are, you know, some other people who went with us, but there were people who actually saw underwater for the first time, and it was very special. And of course, we had this amazing slide in our villa, which we all made a human caterpillar and came down it, and we were just like children. It was just fun.
Yeah.
People who make films and people who are stars, just, you know, become children for 4 days. And that's exactly what we did. It was a letting go exercise.
Thank you so much for giving us your time. It was really lovely talking to you.